Hi, this is Janelle, the dating coach behind The Successful Invisible, and I wanted to come to you with a dating tip that really came about because I saw this clip on TikTok, and I'm like, I need to speak on this because I think a lot of women thinks this sounds good, but it doesn't. Don't date men who lack ambition, and to take it further, don't date a man who would honestly handicap his own potential just so you two could be matched up and pouring into a relationship equally financially, because I guarantee that man is not considering the non-financial factors that go into the building and sustaining of a relationship, especially a marriage in shared living circumstances, i.e. all the housework, all of the raising of kids, all of the, keeping of social calendars, keeping of doctor's appointments. He's not talking about that. He's strictly talking about money. So any man who would handicap himself just to be partnered with a woman to make her contribute the same amount financially is the same exact type of man who would sabotage your success. That's very problematic that he wants the woman that he's dating to always put in what he's putting in financially. It's very weird. And it also lets you know he would never sacrifice and go above and beyond for you or the family that you may create together. And to me, that's a man that lacks ambition, is trying to behind the 50-50 thing to hide his lack of ambition. And honestly, to me, laziness or his lack of understanding of who he is in the world as a man and what he's supposed to do. That is not a provider spirit or mindset. That is, I'm going to make you match me. And it's also, to me, a little bit of indicative of a man who doesn't really like you or who doesn't want to be with you. So I found the specific TikTok that really encouraged me to make this. I attached it onto the end, and I'm really curious to hear your thoughts on why you ladies think it's problematic, because to me, this is absolutely dastardly. Because in the circumstance that this man presents, for me, I would rather make $250K a year and attract a man who makes $250K a year. And then together we can be a power couple and high earning couple and outsource a lot of the domestic responsibilities that take up our time in a not fruitful way. Okay, the cooking, the cleaning, etc. But that's how my mind works. For him to want to do less so he doesn't have to he thinks the burden of responsibility on him, to me is indicative of a man that lacks ambition and a lazy man. Do not date these men. They will sabotage you if you are ambitious. They will try to come for your means if you have more than them, and do not give these men a chance. Let them stay and, marinate in their mediocrity and lack of ambition and their dissatisfaction in life. Do not let it trouble you.
I'd rather make 50K and my wife make 50K before I go and make 250 by myself and be the only income. Both bring in $110,000, $120,000 together. That's good money, especially with no kids. We have no big overhead. That's great. You go on vacations whenever you want to. All you got to do is just go work your shift, split everything, and y'all good. It's not really splitting. Y'all locked in together, to be honest. Versus a man that makes 250K, has to take care of the kids, has to take care of his wife because she doesn't work. That money is long gone. And he's carrying most of the stress. His work-life balance is upside down, because he has to bring in all of that income from all of those people for all of those mouths to feed. So that money gets stretched. So yes, 50-50 is better than single income.